positive week. Welcome to the Pineapple Chicken blog channel. For those who are new, I'm going to cover everything positivity, culture and lifestyle. So for those who have watched some of my videos before, do you like the new layout? Hopefully it's a little bit more interesting, and also my boyfriend bought me a new video camera to vlog on. So hopefully this will be a more pleasant viewing experience. But let's get to the topic at hand this week. I want to talk about something that will hopefully help you think about wealth in a different way, but this is a fundamental video to describe and distinguish the difference between a job and work. Now, before you roll your eyes at me and say, Georgine, I totally know the difference between a job and work, I've read some interesting articles about this topic and has really made me think about it in a different way. And I'm really hoping that this video will help you think about it in a different way too, and how it can help you think about wealth in the long run. So without further ado, let's start with, what is a job? So let's start off with the definition of a job, and then we can reflect on it. So a job is one way to earn income in exchange for your time, mind, and labor. So let me repeat that. A job is a way to earn income in exchange for your time, mind, and labor. What do you think about that definition? Do you agree? Because some people think of their job a little bit more important than that. And one way to test it is when you're in a situation when you're meeting new people, how do you introduce yourself? For example, do you go, "Hi, I'm Georgina, I'm an accountant and I work for company X." Please do not do this. Remember, a job is only a way to earn income in exchange for your time and mind. It is not who you are. It is not how you should define yourself. I've talked to several coaches before in the past, and this is something we really need to change and readdress. A job is not the essence of who you are, and it doesn't show your values. I mean, there are some lucky people out there who's found a job that is aligned to their values and they're totally passionate about it. Most of the time, they're probably entrepreneurs, or they own their own businesses, or they really, really love the company they work for. But in reality, let's be honest with ourselves, a job is just normally to pay the bills. So if that is the case, then we need to maximize that, and you need to maximize that. You need to maximize how much money you're exchanging your time and mind. We need to maximize our income by finding the job that will give us the best price for what we do. What we need to make clear is that there are certain things that a job is not. A job is not your passport or ID to say that you are a contributing member of society, or that you are contributing and helping the economy. It's not that. That's not the definition of a job if we go right to its core. There's some people who obviously have a profession or a passion or a calling, and that is their job. But for most people, like I said, it just pays the bills. Now you might argue differently. You're like, no, a job is not just paying the bills. So let's break that down. Some people say, job provides security. It kind of gives you the stability that you need. Now, I would agree with you when we worked probably 20, 30 years ago, when companies felt like they owned their employees something. You hear of Japanese companies where someone would actually work there for life, from their 20s all the way up to their 60s. But let's be honest, in our job society today, I don't think that's the case. In this gig economy and all these zero contract hours, I just feel like a job is not what it used to be, and it's not what it would give for security. So you need to go back to the fundamental. How much income is it giving me so that I can provide my own stability and own security? Some people say it gives you pride and satisfaction. It's like it makes you feel important. That is absolutely the worst reason to have a job, right? Why would you want a job to feel important and feel needed and have, fulfill your esteem needs? That's totally not why you have a job. So let's go back to the fundamentals, everyone. A job is a way to earn income in exchange for your time and mind. So if you feel that you're using all your time and mind and energy on someone else's dreams that you don't believe in, you need to change your job. You might be thinking, yo, Georgina, that's so easy to say. Like, I've got responsibilities. It's not easy for me to change my job. I hear you. I totally hear that. But you need to start planning for it. And you need to start working on towards how do I do that, right? So if we go back to, some people might think it's controversial, to the definition, income in exchange for time and mind. Let me give you an example. Like, I feel like all my jobs start out like this. I'm super excited. I found a job that's probably something I'm really, really passionate about. At the beginning, you put loads of enthusiasm in it, you put a lot of hours, and that is work because you love it. You're learning and you're getting a bit of income as well. Bonus, right? But once you're in a job, you start growing into it, and it does often get into a plateau where you're like, actually, I'm not learning very much anymore. Or someone is stopping you from progressing. Or they're giving you this checklist of all these different things that they want you to improve on, but that's actually not something that you're that interested in. Or they might even give you a position, or they say, oh, let me create a new position for you. So you make you feel important, but actually it's within their own defined parameters because they and your employers have their own dreams and their own values and what they're trying to do. Whether it's trying to maximize profits for shareholders to keep them happy, or whether your manager is just trying to make sure that you're probably not progressing too fast so that you don't take their job. There's loads of different reasons, but you need to know what a job is for you. And I'm saying is to maximize your income for your mind and time and leave the rest to something else. So what I'm trying to say is, think about what the job means to you, and if it's supposed to be just to give you income, then think about how you're going to maximize that. How do you get into a job and, be enthusiastic, have a good work ethic? I'm not arguing any of those things, but keep thinking in the back of your head, am I getting the right price for my time? And am I getting enough from this job? Am I learning enough so that it will help me level up to the next job I want? Or level up and get the experience so that I can start my own business? Or just giving me enough money so that I can relax, quit my job, have a break in 3 months, and then get back onto it. Whatever your motivations are and whatever your price is, you can only know yourself. But what I'm saying is, when you make those decisions and when you're assessing your job, please put that in the forefront of your mind. I think a lot of people confuse a job with work because most people think, oh, you have to work to earn an income. But that's not necessarily true. And I don't think that's how we should be thinking about work. And we need to start redefining it and re-educating ourselves on what work means. Work is not the grind. Work is not the hard work and labor that you do with your job. That's your job, right? And what do? You earn income from that. But sometimes work is unpaid, and that does not make it any less value. Work is the effort that you put in to educate yourself, to learn about things you're passionate about. Work is like volunteering. Work is like being a single mother and raising your son. This is all work. Work is helping your neighbor. Work is contributing to society. Work is contributing to your community. You may not necessarily be paid for that and you don't have an income for that, but that doesn't mean it's not work, right? I mean, a great example is students, at this time trying to study for their degrees. It's hard work. You know how much hours you have to put in to do that. Are you getting paid for it? No, you're paying someone else for it. But does that mean it's not work? Absolutely not. Work should be aligned to your intrinsic values. Work is passion. And like I said, there's some people out there who've made their job into work, into passion. They've getting paid to do what they love. And that's really, really awesome and good for you. But for most of us, work is different to our jobs. For example, for me, this is work. And I love it. This vlogging and blogging that I do to share this information with you, this is my passion. This is my intrinsic value. It gives me my hierarchy of needs, which I talked about before when setting goals. It gives me my esteem needs, it gives me my pride needs, it gives me my self-fulfillment. It is work. I have to wake up 6 a.m. every morning so that I can blog before I go to work. I'm not complaining because I absolutely love it. And when I do it, I'm in the zone. I'm in what we call deep work and flow. And it's so fulfilling and it brings me so much happiness. And that's what I want you to be clear on. A job is just an exchange for income, whereas a work is something that you build on, that you love, that aligns to your values and is your passion. You need to separate the two. They're completely different. And I've seen some really good examples of how this can work for people. I know quite a few friends who've worked in investment banking. So they did crazy hours. I have no idea how they survived that. But they did that really early on in their working life. They worked their ass off. They made a lot of money back in the day when you could. And then what they did, they quit because they built up the wealth that they needed because they know that a job is to maximize your income. And then after that, they came out and did their own businesses, or they worked for companies that they align to and care about or have the same values. So I know some of my managers that I work for now, they had some big jobs in some investment bank, but they're now okay to take the pay cut and actually work towards something they really care about. And I really hope that you can do the same. So the key message of the video of this week is that a job is to maximize your income so it can build you the wealth and the life you want. Now, I'm not saying what that price is, and you need to be realistic, and I also know that you need to build towards it. But that is what the job is for. One, maximize the income that you can get for your time and mind, and also the learning so that you can level up so that you can get more income. And what work is all the stuff in between. It's finding that time for yourself to do something that you love or have a passion about, and is who you are. We need to separate the two and we need to redefine what they are. So please do not do what others have done in the past and confuse what a job and what work is. I hope you found this video helpful and interesting. Please leave me a comment below on whether you agree with me or whether you thought my thoughts were controversial. I'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment down below, and if you like this video, hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. Until next week, with sweet and sour love.